Rusev Udria, Rusev Machka.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Stay Tuned. It's been like 2 weeks. It's been like forever.
Really?
Yeah. It is a long week last week for me, so that's why. I'm sorry.
Yep. It was a long week for you, wasn't it?
Yeah. I wasn't at my own house last week, so we were supposed to do an episode last Sunday talking about Extreme Rules predictions, and my kids just weren't having a good day. So, yeah.
And unfortunately, they're not at the age of...
Go to your room.
Yeah. Or go understand what I'm saying to you.
Yeah,
really.
so, yeah, they're 2 months and like 2 years old, so... We were already at my mother-in-law's house sitting because they had puppies for like 24 hours at that point, so they just weren't having a lot of fun because they weren't at home, so yeah. But anyways...
It's all good, though.
Yeah, we're back. We are back again. How's your weeks been, Tommy?
It's been good. I went to my parents' house to celebrate my birthday last weekend.
I have your birthday
today...
present, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I'm 25 now. No, like 16. And then today had a little Memorial Day cookout. Again, back where my parents live. So lots of driving, but it's been good.
Nice. Yep. Just been working, spending time with the wife and kids, playing video games, teenager adult stuff, I guess.
Teenager.
Yeah,
We're adults, damn
but
it.
make sure you go to Twitter and you vote for Pitch Black. Don't forget to do that.
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Yeah, sorry. I love Pitch Black. And
Oh,
the
is
last
it
time
Pitch Black versus Baja Blast?
Yeah, I didn't tell you about my 2011 Target story, did I? When I worked at Target, the guy used to bring in 12 packs like once or twice a week, and he'd bring in like 4 to 6 12 packs, and it was the Pepsi guy, and I would just say, hey, can you set those over here? He's like, why? I was like, I'm going to buy them after work. And I'd buy like 4 to 6 12 packs, and nobody else could get them, but that's one of the perks.
Here's my thoughts on it. I don't really care all that much because I don't drink Mountain Dew, but you can always get Mountain Dew from Taco Bell or Baja Blast from Taco Bell.
That's like the common argument right now for people that want Pitch Black. So.
Plus, Pitch Black is pretty good from when I had it like 10 years ago when it first came out.
Yeah, for like Halloween. All right, but anyways, wrestling stuff. So we're just going to start at the bottom here from the WWE website. Big Cass confronts the Dudley Boys. They look so weak right now, the Dudley Boys do. I mean, Big Cass has been 1v2ing them left and right, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's cool that they're like that they're giving Big Cass like the opportunity without Enzo to like actually be good on his own and kind of test out a push later because he's a Vince guy for sure. He's massive and Vince loves that. So I could definitely see him being world champ at some point in the future. But yeah, it does make the Dudleys look like real bad. Like, I would even be fine, as much as I love Bo Dallas, I would even be fine if he was, like, 1v3ing the Social Outcasts and then just, like, destroying them. Just don't, like, sacrifice the Dudley Boys for this. It seems kind of weird. But
yes, it does.
I'm glad Enzo's back.
Yes, me too. Baron Corbin defeats Dolph Ziggler in a no disqualification kickoff match. I'm glad this was on the kickoff show instead of Kalisto again defending the United States Championship. Match I thought was overall was pretty good. It's more of we've seen this this is what the third match for the rubber band match.
On Raw like every week. Since
And Baron Corbin low blowed Ziggler and won, and I was like, cool. And then he was like, and then the next night Ziggler was like, I'm gonna show you a technical wrestling match, and then he lost. And My thing was as well as like, dude, you lost, you got low blowed. I don't think that makes you look too weak because he had to go to extreme measures to win. But at the same time, get the fuck over it, move on.
I really liked how Baron Corbin did the low blow. Like he looked like he was holding like an Infinity Stone from the Marvel movies because he like went underneath and then he kind of like did this, but so he like low blowed him with like his forearm. He just kind of like grabbed like as if he was gonna grab Dolph Ziggler in a certain area, but he was like a foot out.
Nice.
So it was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, I like both these guys well enough. They're not my favorites by any means. It was a good kickoff match. It wasn't
terrible.
Fantastic. It wasn't awful. It was just kind of there.
Next up, we had Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, aka The Club, fighting the Usos in a tornado tag team match.
I loved that this was a tornado tag team match.
Yes, we don't see enough of that.
Really
you don't see any of that anymore, really, which is weird.
Right. Like, I really wish that they would do more of those for these kinds of feuds where the guys keep fighting and interfering in the other matches and stuff. It's like, all right, just go for it.
Yeah.
Just like everybody's fighting. I think that's awesome. This was Gallows and Anderson's best match since being introduced, which is good because they look like real geeks.
Since being introduced, they've had like a terrible track record of winning.
Yeah, because they started off real good. It was like, cool, they're booking them strong, and then it was like,
and they came out like, what was it?
4 straight times to the Usos. Like, what is happening?
And it reminded me a lot of like whenever Scott Hall and Kevin Nash kind of debuted in WCW with like the Outsiders. Like, I mean, it's not exactly like that because they just like kept showing up randomly and attacking people.
Yeah,
it wasn't like they were like
supposed to kind of be that way.
Yeah,
like it was supposed to evoke that, but those guys, granted, they were also booking their own stuff in WCW. Those guys wouldn't have lost to a team that has lost to like everybody recently.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad they went over. Finally.
If I never saw the Usos again, I would be happy.
I agree. Where's this going?
They're
right there.
Boring. So I thought this was a good match. It kind of showed. Oh God, it zoomed in. It showed Gallows and Anderson being much more aggressive and offensive, and I really liked that.
Yeah.
So I thought this was a good one. It was pretty quick, but I liked it a lot.
Yep. Next up, we got Rusev versus Kalisto for the U.S. Championship. And, man, does Rusev look like a bully. Like he should.
Oh, yeah. I love Monster Rusev.
Because it's how Ryback should be, or should have been.
Right. Except Rusev is a far superior wrestler. And somehow is even a better talker than him.
Well, I love his when he does the accolade, how he like stomps on their back. Dude. I don't know why, but that's
so
just
aggressive.
Yeah, he like stomps because he goes like yeah, and then drops the stomp and then like pulls back, and it looked Kalisto being so small and he can do that was so good.
It looks so good. Like, you know how when you were a little kid, you had action figures and you like accidentally popped the head off because you snapped it back too far?
I thought was going to happen.
I was so afraid that he was going to like snap Kalisto's neck, like, and pop his head off. Like, that last accolade looks so brutal. And I love that Rusev's champion again. I like Kalisto a lot, but they weren't doing anything with him, and Rusev needed something to do. I just hope that John Cena doesn't come back tomorrow and go for the U.S.
So that's what I'm afraid of, is that Rusev is going to be, what is it, a transitional champion is what it's called? It zoomed out. But the reason I don't want that to happen is because I want to see Rusev run with the title. Yep. Let John Cena do something different. I'm not sure what put John Cena out of commission, really. If it was just wear and tear over time or anything like that. But just for him to come back and just get the title like within like a week or two is just going to be so boring. Because Rusev, they're building Rusev up as a monster again. I like that. I liked Monster Rusev. I liked when he lost at WrestleMania. They did not need to fight for like 6 months after that and every single pay-per-view for the United States Championship. Do the payback or whatever it was after WrestleMania. Rusev loses again. Move Rusev onto something else that's not a square triangle sex thing.
What was that dumb like Russian chain match or whatever?
Like Russian.
Don't do any of that crap again. No. Like, I would love if like Randy Orton fought Rusev when he comes back, or like something happens where Rusev fights somebody like relatively
put somebody different. Yeah,
fights.
like you said, Randy Orton. That'd be awesome to see Randy Orton go for the U.S. title. I don't think he's ever held it. So like,
I do really want Jack Swagger though to show up for like a SmackDown
and lose again
and do the whole USA Russia thing, but lose in like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I think that would be fun.
Come out there and just get like a drop toe hold and like kick him in the back and put him in the accolade and he starts tapping out.
That's all it is.
Yeah, so I agree. I want to see Rusev as the champ for a long time.
Yep.
Or not a long time, at least like a couple months. Like that's what I'm afraid is getting. Like Kalisto had the title for like I think they said like 150 something days.
Dude, he had it so long.
Yeah, so like that's
anything.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, but he had it for a while, and I kind of like I think we're gonna talk about this later too. But whenever you just like change the title so fast, I feel like they just kind of like lose the prestige of the title.
Yeah. So one person I think would be good for Rusev to fight would be Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
Even though Apollo Crews has looked super shaky as of late, like his match with Jericho is a little rough.
But he looked so good on NXT though.
Right, but also he's facing a different caliber of people there, and it's also a different audience level. It's an audience level that he is more used to, having been in like Dragon Gate, which doesn't get a ton of people watching it, especially not like US people, but you know, being on Raw and like getting that like sudden call up, and even he was like, "Oh yeah, I thought it was a joke for a while," because they like told me on April 1st, and I didn't really believe it. Like I don't know if he was ready, but I don't think he was. A match against Rusev where he's able to like do some stuff, you know, but he doesn't have to do anything absolutely crazy and over the top. Like he doesn't have to powerbomb Rusev because Rusev should beat him. I think it'd be good to like have a long feud with those two.
Yeah.
Because I think that would do wonders for him in terms of actually like getting his footing and getting like an actual feud to go for. So he doesn't even need to win it. I don't think. I think he just needs something stable to build.
Yep. So next match was the New Day Tag Team Championships on the line against the Vaudevillains. This has been building for what, like a year it feels like, but it's only been like a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And
because I had the whole tournament, and then the tournament ended so unceremoniously.
And the match was okay. I think.
It was so short.
Yes, so like I think
literally the shortest match on the card.
Simon goes to like the corner and like Kofi hits him with Trouble in Paradise, and then Xavier Woods does, I can't remember what he did, and then he just like 1, 2, 3. I was like, oh, it's over. Okay.
Yeah. So I was kind of disappointed this match didn't go longer. For one, because I love the New Day, and two, because we got the rare New Day combo, although not the rarest, of Big E and Xavier.
Yeah, the rarest would be
Xavier and Kofi.
So I say yes.
That would be a real bad team. But I did like that we got to see Xavier actually fighting. I don't know why. Unless it was just to like establish him as like, hey guys, Xavier can wrestle.
Yeah,
he's not just like the trombone guy.
He's pretty good. He's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
too.
He's a good wrestler. And there was a really funny gif from like a house show or something, or like a main event. It was a main event match where he was wrestling a singles match, and he wore a singlet, and he did the Big E like big like belly flop thing on people. It was funny. But yeah, I'm glad they beat the meme team, because I don't like the meme team.
I hate them. So here's a question, something I was watching a couple videos about, just like my weekly wrestling stuff that I watch. The New Day having the titles, and they are very, 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 very over with the crowd right now. Do you think they really need the titles anymore?
No.
I agree.
I think they keep them until Enzo and Cass win them.
Yeah, so I agree. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Like, I love the whole instill your W. I think that's like the coolest thing ever. Like, it's so like they are pushing the PG boundaries into like the PG-13 over-sexualized stuff, which is so good that it's those guys though, because like Big E just like twirling his waist and like Kofi
dance.
And Kofi twerking.
So good.
Kofi twerking is like great. Like I've said it like a million times. I posted this on Facebook too, but the Michael Cole interview with the New Day, the second one, amazing.
Yeah, it's great. And yeah, like I think they're almost gonna pull a Nikki Bella with them. Yeah. And that they're gonna set the record for the longest reign, and then they're gonna lose them.
I just hope it's not right away. Give them like an extra like.
eliminate Brian Kendrick and Paul London because
Yeah.
what? Who cares?
What?
But I feel like they're just going to try and establish them as like one of the best teams ever, which is fine with me because they're super entertaining.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see them either losing them to Enzo and Cass, which is what I hope for, as almost like a passing the torch kind of thing. As like, all right, guys, you're the champs. We're just going to do our weird New Day stuff, or we're going to do like single stuff now, but still be a team kind of thing.
Yeah, like a
or
stable.
I
like
want the club to go after it just to give them something to do.
Well, also like
don't need more.
I don't know how well like it would be. I think it'd be a good match to see Enzo and Cass versus the New Day, but it's like it's always kind of weird whenever you have two face characters going against each other.
Yeah.
Like there's nobody trying to pull like some shady stuff. I guess the New Day still does do some shady stuff. Like
yeah, I mean, Kofi hit Trouble in Paradise.
Yeah.
Like that was part of the reason they won.
So like they're like the heel. They're pretty much like the anti-heroes, like from like the Attitude Era, pretty much. But it works.
They're not John Cena, but they're also not like Rusev.
Yeah, so they're like the happy medium that will stand out there and tell the kids to eat their vitamins and everything, but then they'll totally stab somebody in the back.
But they're called, and then the vitamins are called Bootios. Like
it's funny to see like the sign that says like Cincinnati is booty. I'm like, okay.
Or all the signs in the audience, I eat Bootios. Like
it's great.
Like, oh, that's a 11-year-old kid with that sign.
I just love the fact that like we look back like a little bit like a year ago, and we hated these guys.
Oh yeah, well they were boring.
Yeah, it's like be positive.
Right now,
we're supposed to be. We're faces. We are faces, and it's like no, you're not. We don't like you. But they come a long way, and I think they pretty much said like in their table for three like. We look back like a couple years ago. We couldn't get creative to give us anything. Now we say, hey, we want to do this. And they're just like, okay.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah. Like, hey, we want to have unicorn dildos on our head. Okay. That's exactly what it is. All right. So moving on, the IC championship match. Personally, this was my match of the night. But Miz versus Cesaro versus Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. I loved this match and everything about it. It was
freaking incredible.
The haluva kick at the very beginning, like out of nowhere, you're just like, oh, okay.
I love Cesaro and the Miz are just like,
It was perfect.
Yeah. I thought it was a really fun way to get Kevin Owens out of the ring at the beginning of a multi-man match like he always does without him just like
rolling out,
without him just being like, all right guys, I'm out of here.
Because that was like
I love that got him out of the ring, and it was so unexpected. Even the look on Kevin Owens' face was great. He was just like, oh shit.
Because I think I was at my mother-in-law's house and I was watching it on the computer. So like I was doing something on the other monitor and like the bell rang and I looked left and all I see is Sami Zayn flying across the ring doing the haluva kick, and then just kept like, whoa, I gotta pay attention to this one.
Yeah.
Because this was the match I was the most excited for as well. So that's why I was like, oh, time to watch the match. And like, oh, okay. But
yeah, random sidekick. That's exactly what
and then what I
think you just kill him, he's not moving down there. Yeah, it was like, all right, guys, I guess we'll wrestle now.
Well, like, even, like, you look back at WrestleMania, like, the ladder match, like, whenever Kevin Owens got DDT'd into the ladder, you're like, is he alive? Like, can somebody check on this guy?
And he's the best at selling that stuff.
Yeah. He's not like Ziggler where he, like, blah, blah, like, flailing on the ground. He just, like, falls dead, like, I'm dead.
That was great.
Dead body.
And then it just allowed for...
Because then what wasn't
just
it?
Some great wrestling.
An uppercut from Cesaro to Miz, and then it was like Cesaro and Sami Zayn going at it or something like that.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, just overall, it was three of the best wrestlers in the world right now, and the Miz just like fighting for the Intercontinental title. So it makes it more prestigious when these guys are having every pay-per-view, they're having the best match or one of the best matches. It just makes it that much more important when all these really popular guys are having these incredible matches over this title that in the past was literally just like, whatever,
Yeah, and I mean, like, the spots in this match, it was actually a really long match, too. Like, it wasn't one that was, like, 12 minutes. I can't remember exactly how long it was, but it felt like it was...
It's 18 minutes, 18 seconds.
Felt like it was a lot longer than that to me. It felt like it was about 30 minutes.
It had a ton of no, that's the next match. It had a
Oh God,
ton
yeah.
of times
Second.
where it could have ended and somebody interfered and like pulled the guy off of him or interfered in the pin or whatever. It had a lot of those, and they were really effective because everyone was just getting hit with everything that the other people had, and especially Cesaro, who it sucks that he ended up taking the pin, but somebody had to.
Well, I mean,
If they have the Miz win,
even
even though this
Cesaro,
match was
like,
totally set up as like, hey guys, somebody's gonna win that you like, and the Miz is gonna take the pin, and it turned into, hey guys, the Miz is gonna win, and it's gonna be kind of a shocker.
but the Miz was tapping out to Cesaro at one
He
point.
was.
But like Maurice, I can't remember exactly what it was, but like then Cesaro was like, "Yeah, I won, fantastic," and then it's like, "Oh, I didn't win yet." But I pretty much was talking to a guy I work with, Jason, my new co-manager, about this match because I was telling him I was like, I'm really excited for this match because we're both high on Kevin Owens, really high on Sami Zayn. Cesaro is like top of his game.
Excuse me, you once told me that Kevin Owens is getting boring.
He is. I just like to make you mad. That's like your one button I know I can press really hard.
That's a lie. It's because you're lying.
No,
Say shit about Kevin Owens or Sasha Banks.
You know I'm lying. But I pretty much said that it's going to be the match of the night, I felt like, and there's going to be the best spots, but I feel that somebody's going to do a finisher to Cesaro, and then somehow Zayn and Owens are going to get on the outside of the ring, and then The Miz was going to get the pin. I just predicted that, and that's almost exactly what happened. I was like, cool, because it just kind of showed that the feud between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is still more important than the title. And they can do it without the title. They can have an amazing feud and amazing matches. So
I just wonder how long they're gonna run with this as like a recurring theme. Not that I'm upset
complaining.
about that
Yeah.
by any means. It's just that it's kind of like, I mean, they're gonna have to wrestle other people
Eventually.
unless it's literally like they're both in each other, like, in feuds, and then the other person just interferes.
Like Sami Zayn like wins Money in the Bank and then cashes in on Reigns or Rollins and wins, and then it's Owens versus Zayn for the title like 2 months later.
Now that would be kind of funny if one of them won and the other person is literally just there to stop them from cashing in every time. I would kind of like that.
That would be hilarious. But
but this was a great match.
I don't like The Miz winning, but at the same time, it kind of goes back to what I said about the United States Championship. I don't want to see the title switch hands really fast, and The Miz has only had it since the night after WrestleMania. So I guess going 2 pay-per-views with the title is good to me. Like, I guess it's like that 90-day threshold. I want to see somebody. I usually want to see him hit. Unless it's like one of those, like, say Seth Rollins wins at Money in the Bank, and then as soon as he wins, he's beaten, he's destroyed because Roman Reigns was a beast, and then somebody cashes in. Then I get it. Like, it would kind of be like one of those like catch-22s, like, hey Rollins, you did this to Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I get what you're saying,
circle.
but like The Miz is also booked like a bad wrestler who just happens to be there at the right times.
Yeah, he's the ultimate.
It wouldn't make
opportunist.
sense. It wouldn't make sense for him. It would make sense for him to lose it just like out of the blue.
Yeah.
But because I think The Miz is at his best when he's just doing Miz TV and being a snarky asshole, which is great. I love him. I love his character. He has one of the best characters in the WWE right now. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens because all 3 of these guys are in the Money in the Bank match. So I'm assuming the IC title is just not going to be defended this month.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be against like Heath Slater.
Because I was thinking like they would give Cesaro a rematch, or like Cesaro would want a rematch because he got Miz to tap, but he didn't get the bell, or something like that.
Cesaro winning it at SummerSlam, that'd be fine with me.
That'd be fantastic.
Have Cesaro win, Sasha win.
Seth Rollins still is champion. I don't know.
Still, as long as he's champion by Night of Champions,
I'll be happy. Yeah. Next match, probably the worst match of the night, which I thought was like a cool idea of a match, but it was just terrible. But Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho in an Asylum match. This match was so slow.
It was mind-boggling how fucking slow this match was. Like, I was watching this and it was like, oh my god, this thing is still going on. And
yes.
And it was just like it just kept going and going and going, and it turned out that they cut some Shane Stephanie backstage thing, which is good, and gave the 10 minutes to this, which was a bad choice. Like, give the 10 minutes, split it out between like the tag match and the women's title match, something like
yeah.
like, please just don't make this like a half an hour match. It was a 26-minute match where the only thing that really happened was at the end, Jericho got thrown onto thumbtacks, and it was awesome.
Which was kind of cool. That was cool. I'll say
that was the thing. Was like the last 2 minutes of this match were really cool.
And then Dean Ambrose like dirty deeds him onto the thumbtacks and falls on his own back on the thumbtacks, which was hilarious.
It was like okay, the ending of this match is really cool, and the first 24 minutes
was terrible.
Really, really slow.
Yeah. But Dean Ambrose winning makes sense. I'm glad he's winning at pay-per-views again. And if Dean Ambrose would have created the silent match and lost it, that would have just been terrible.
Yeah, it would have been dumb. So, good result, but...
and I'm tired of these two fighting as well. This is another Baron Corbin and Ziggler thing, so...
Yep.
All right, next match was the Women's Championship. Charlotte versus Natalya, but it was a submission match. And
with
Ric
Flair.
Ric Flair was banned from ringside. And once again, the ending I thought was terrible. And I don't even want to talk about the promo from Monday Night Raw because that was just cringe-worthy. Because you could tell Charlotte did not want to say the things that she was saying.
No, she's being real mean.
And she
mean for drunk Uncle Dad.
And you could tell that she just did not want to say what she was saying.
Yeah. And it was like really, I mean, when it happened, it was like, oh, they found a new way to do the exact same finish of every single Charlotte match since she turned heel. Like literally every single one has been Ric Flair interfering in some way, and this time it was Dana Brooke dressed up as Ric Flair. It was just like, oh my god, are we doing this again?
This is like the 4th or 5th straight month in a row.
Like, I can't wait. I'm glad Rick's gone. Like, if Dana even just having Dana by herself interfere is way better than having Rick do it for the millionth time. I can't wait till Sasha wins at SummerSlam and we don't have to deal with this crap anymore. And hopefully she can just fight like Becky and even Charlotte, but minus like being a champion, being real scared of losing the title. Like, just please, no more Ric Flair shit.
SummerSlam, the WrestleMania results we all wanted in the first place. Yes,
exactly.
I agree. I agree. Now, I was okay with Charlotte winning at WrestleMania, but since then, it's just been the same thing. Like, they recreated the Montreal screw job, which was dumb.
Yeah, like the lowest of the low, the stupidest thing they could have possibly done.
I didn't like it, but the match was okay. It wasn't great until the ending. It's like, there's the music. I thought it was just gonna be the music. Then I see somebody walk out. I'm like, what the hell? But it was. I think it was. Somebody said that it was because Emma was out, so her and I think Becky Lynch couldn't fight that night.
Yeah.
So that might be why Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho had like a 30-minute match as well. But
but Emma's been hurt for a while. They cut some Shane Stephanie crap, which is good. Because the fact that they weren't involved at all was fantastic.
Yes. But yeah, they haven't announced anything about the Women's Championship yet for Money in the Bank, have they? I don't think they did. Yeah, so we'll see. Last match of the night, Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles in an Extreme Rules match. And this one was pretty good.
This is my favorite match of the night.
It felt a lot like Payback to me without the whole, this is now a no disqualifications match, restart the match. Like, it was like, without all that, that's exactly what the match felt like to me, but...
I don't agree. I don't agree that it felt like Payback at all.
Okay.
The fact they spent like half the match just like trying to kill each other outside of the ring made it feel completely different. I loved that they made an Extreme Rules match without resorting to like kendo sticks and tables and all that stuff. Like, they had chairs, but it wasn't like
the announce tables.
They had and it wasn't like they had all these weird crazy weapons, because the Asylum match kind of did that. But I love that they spent so much time out in the crowd, and the amount of damage that AJ Styles had to endure in this match was incredible. Roman Reigns is not a bad wrestler by any means. The "you still suck" chants are getting annoying because he's not bad. He just can't talk to save his life.
I agree. He's not terrible, but
these two have an incredible chemistry, and the fact that AJ Styles is like the best pure wrestler on the planet. He's not the best talker either, which is fine. He's a little wooden.
He's a country boy.
Yeah.
He comes off as very country to me.
Yeah, he's
that's
super
not a
country.
that's not a bad thing. It's just like that's the way he comes off to me.
Yeah, he just comes off a little stiff.
Whereas Seth Rollins comes off as like egotistical and fantastic.
Right.
That's what he was.
So, I mean, AJ Styles put in like one of the best WWE like single performances in a long time. Like the dude was just taking everything out there. And he even hit 2 Styles clashes. And, you know, a phenomenal forearm, which it sucks that Roman's just like, LOL, gonna kick out. But
Spear, I win.
It does make sense, though, because AJ did go through 2 announce tables, and he took a beating from a chair and all that. It did make sense, even though it was kind of like the spear happened like a lot after all that stuff. If you think about it, like, at first I was kind of mad, but when you think about it, it makes sense. Like, it wasn't the only thing that he took. But I love the aggression AJ had when the Usos came in the ring and he just destroyed them with the chair. Loved that, partially because I just don't about the Usos at all and want to see them get wrecked. But yeah, I thought this was the best match of the night, and I hope to God that AJ Styles has something. They do something with him and keep him in that main event picture.
Yeah.
Because I would hate to see him go. I hate Spirit, dumb move. Yep, for sure, man.
Yes. But I mean, I'm okay with AJ Styles like losing. I knew he was going to lose. I felt, but
there was no way Roman was going to lose.
The biggest thing though was after the match was over. I think Seth Rollins came back. I had heard like on Twitter and stuff like that, and on Facebook that Seth Rollins was, I think it was his hometown, was there, like at least in the town, but. He wasn't confirmed to be there or on the show. He was confirmed to be on Monday Night Raw the next night, but literally just came out there. Still has the pedigree as his signature move, which was kind of weird. But I guess he might transition out of that because he's no longer sided with the Authority. I guess because the Authority's kind of gone, which is kind of cool. So
yeah, I'm glad Seth is back. I've gotta love Seth Rollins. But yeah, the whole being a heel as he was the night after on Raw and using the pedigree and stuff was kind of disappointing. But I feel like he might have some kind of thing, some kind of feud with Triple H, maybe going into SummerSlam.
Meatface Donner. Thank you for the follow. Sorry.
Yeah, almost like a complete cutting of the ties. You know, just like how he was talking to Stephanie. He's like, "Hey, we're cool, right?" And she was like, "No. We're not cool. We're not friends." So you know, like, I'm fine with that. As long as it leads to him like splitting with them, and I just want to see him as a face. I just want to see him do like a Phoenix Splash all the time.
And him not coming back as a face was so weird.
Yeah, so I think he'll transition because he's in kind of that like Kevin Owens, New Day before they like officially turn face again. They're in that land of like. Pretty much everybody likes him except for like children, so you know.
And that one guy loves him.
Oh God, the one guy from the Raw we went to loved him.
Are you guys Seth Rollins fans? Yeah, he's pretty good. All right, then like who was it? Like Dean Ambrose came out. We're like, yeah, fucking Dean. This guy looks at us like, motherfuckers. You said you like Seth Rollins.
He got real mad. Yeah, so I'm hoping Seth turns face, and I think it will be just out of sheer like respect that everybody has for him.
Yeah.
And yes, AJ lost to Kevin Owens on Raw the next day. It was a clean loss. But you could also point to the fact that he just had an extremely grueling match where he took a bunch of finishers and chair shots and stuff. And also Kevin Owens is like one of the strongest booked guys on the roster.
Yeah.
So
I would not be surprised.
Think AJ Styles losing to Kevin Owens is a bad thing.
No.
And if that meant that those two had a feud... Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah, so
like I hope for the Royal Rumble.
I see Kevin Owens like within the next year.
He wins Money in the Bank.
I say within the next year he's going to be champ.
Yep.
And I would love this.
I think so too.
And with his promos, could you imagine him coming out with the briefcase like, "Hey, I don't give a shit about your guys' little promo. Look what I got. I got the briefcase."
He does the best Raw like backstage interviews and like YouTube only interviews. And just the thought of him with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and essentially him just like flipping off the reporter with it, like not actually flipping them off, but just like holding it up. I don't want to talk to you. Just walking away.
Well, that's like it's so weird to see the other side of Kevin Owens. Like whenever you look at Up Up Down Down, when he's on there with his son Owen, just playing Sonic, he was like a normal guy. Like that's one thing I like about Up Up Down Down as well, is because that's Xavier Woods PhD or Austin. Oh crap, what's his name? I always forget. Austin Creed.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna let you figure it out.
I'll go through the motions. That's his actual YouTube channel, Xavier Woods from New Day. But you actually see wrestlers on there, and they are completely normal people.
Yep.
And it's great, except for maybe Tyler Breeze. He's still kind of like is dramatic on there.
God, I'm so happy Tyler Breeze and Fandango haven't lost.
Yeah.
Yet, and Tyler Breeze has like 3-win streak. Oh my God.
It's great. But
he is so good, and they need to use him more.
Yeah, but Kevin Owens being champ in the next year, I think it's going to happen, and I think it's what's best for business.
I hope so.
He's like these. I mean, I guess he's not like Stone Cold was, because Stone Cold was over with everybody. But wrestling is booked for a much younger age group now than it was back in the Attitude Era, which was like my group, which was like 12 to 15 years old. So that was like the cool anti-authority badass guy, and now it's like, oh, everybody must be friends. John Cena rules. Let's go, John Cena.
Yeah. But I am kind of excited to see what Cena does tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm glad he's back, but at the same time, it's just one person. I mean, I guess Seth Rollins is back too, so that's two people.
Rapidu.
All right, but overall, Extreme Rules, Tom, what'd you think? 1 to 10.
Predictable, but really good matches.
If you had to give a scale of 1 to 10 or score 1 to 10, what would you give it, sir?
Purple.
Sounds good to me too. So yeah, if I did this,
I don't know. I can't.
I thought it was a pretty good pay-per-view. A couple ups and downs, but I would give it a bull with one horn. All right, so moving on to the next topic for tonight, since I guess on Monday I was trying to watch Monday Night Raw, but I was very unsuccessful at watching Monday Night Raw because Overwatch came out Monday night.
Oh.
And I've been playing it off and on all week. And I think I'm level 20-ish or so.
Nice. I'm like 13.
I've put in maybe like 7-8 hours into the game total so far.
Yeah.
And
I think I have 4.
So let's talk about a couple things. The biggest things. The shop. The Blizzard shop, where you can only buy loot boxes.
Yeah, I think the overall pricing model of this entire game is refreshing in its simplicity and kind of almost old school-ish nature to it, as in like you just buy a game and you have all the stuff for it, and you can buy these crates, these loot boxes if you want, but
you
get
one.
Of the things
you get
that
one
are
every
inside
level.
of it really matter.
You also get a loot box every level. So
right. So you don't have to. It's not free to play. It's not pay to win. It's literally just like, if you want this extra stuff, here you go. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Which is
so
nice.
The only thing that I would like to see change that I don't think they're going to change, because I don't see it being a necessary change. It's more of like hey, I really like this idea. And I was talking about last night when I was playing with a couple of my guildies from World of Warcraft, is that I like the idea of the loot boxes being just pay for cosmetic. Because I got my favorite character right now is Lucio, and I got like his ribbit, like it's like a silver frog costume pretty much. And I think it looks awesome. But what I would like to be able to do is that you have to buy some of that stuff with coins if you don't get it from a loot box, which I also think is amazing. Call of Duty, listen to these ideas that Blizzard has.
Call of Duty does do that.
They do that now?
Well, I mean, not specific things, but I mean, it's essentially like how you get your little tokens and
No,
shit.
I meant like be able to buy stuff with keys rather than loot boxes. Because like you can buy stuff with coins, but you can't buy boxes with coins, I guess. So it's kind of different. It is different. But sorry, I lost my train of thought now. Oh, but you can also buy this stuff with coins. If you have one thing you really like if you really like somebody's highlights intro, like Junkrat where he shoots himself in the nuts. It's really what you think is to be able stuff you get, be able to just sell it for coins and build up on coins and buy stuff that you want.
You mean as opposed to just getting duplicate, getting
Yeah.
extra coins for getting a duplicate?
Well, like you still get that, but like say outright, there's like the common, rare, uh, epic, and legendary coins. So it's like I think it's like what 50, 100, 150, and 500 or something like that you get. But then if you get duplicates, you also get coins, kind of like the crypto keys. You know how you get for like burning duplicates in Black Ops 3. So it's like that. But what I would like to see happen, Tom, tell me what you think, is to be able stuff you get, be able to just sell it for coins and build up on coins and buy stuff that you want.
You mean as opposed to just getting duplicate, getting
Yeah.
extra coins for getting a duplicate?
Well, like you still get that, but like say you get a Mercy skin and you don't play Mercy, and say that skin you buy it costs normally like 1,000 coins. Maybe you can sell it for like 150, like some radically low number, but you get like 4 things per loot box, and if you really want somebody's skin, you don't have to save for so long.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's essentially what they're doing,
Yeah,
where
with the
you're
duplicates.
getting coins back for duplicates, but I don't think that the way that they show you that you're getting stuff back for it
Is very good.
is very good.
You have to like
Because it's
mouse
literally
over
just
it
like
pretty
it
much.
like kind of flashes real quick, and it says like plus
Yeah.
5. I think the 5 should be more like 25 or
Like maybe
50.
like what would be really cool is like this is kind of like once again just like a cosmetic thing that they could do is just like say you have like Diva and you have like a skin and you get a duplicate skin because I just think that fresh in my mind because I like 2 loot boxes I opened up back to back and I got 2 legendary Diva skins the same exact one.
Wow,
Like yeah, I was like
nice.
what are the odds of that? But like maybe show the skin but then like it just like dissolves and then it says like plus 25 coins or something like that. Or duplicate item plus 25. I mean, that's kind of lame, but that'd
Yeah,
be kind of cool.
I just wish it was like clear what
Yeah.
you were getting
But
back.
I like the idea of just being able to sell stuff that you have. So, like, I don't play Genji, and if I get a Genji skin, let me just get rid of that skin at like 10% of the cost of it. So if it's 1,000 coin skin, just give me like 100 coins that I can use
Right.
towards something that I actually want. So if I want a Lucio spray, I can actually get it without having to just get lucky with coins in my loot box or getting that skin in a loot box or
Right.
spray in a loot box. But that's like I said, the loot box thing is like the smallest thing on my mind because it actually is all cosmetic as of right now.
Yes,
And I
which
think
is awesome.
and I think they pretty much said it always will be. So even if you don't get that the ribbit skin for Lucio, it's not the end of the world because only time you're ever going to see it is like in a highlight intro and a victory pose or like if you do like a what is it? It's not like a taunt, but it's something else. I can't remember. Emote.
Hmm.
You get it for that. That's the only time you can see your skin, so it's not the end of the world if you don't get the skin you want. But let's
Right.
talk about the game modes. This is where the game doesn't really fall short, but I feel like it's not a lot of variety. There's only like 3 game modes pretty much, which is assault, uh, payload, and a mixture of both. Am I missing
Yeah.
anything?
Uh,
I mean, there's multiple maps. It's not just 3 maps. There's a lot of maps, but
are you count? Which one are you counting as like the? Are you counting assault as the one where it's like
well, I
one
guess
point
there's
that
sorry.
each team has to like trade off as?
I guess there's 4. Yeah, there's 4 because there's kind of like the one team's assaulting 2 points. Then there's one where both teams assault 1 point. Um, yeah.
And
So
then there's payload, and then
there's
there's double
payload
payload.
and mixture
And then
payload.
there's half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I guess there's 4. Sorry, I forgot about the double where both teams are fighting for the same point. I forgot about that.
I
one.
feel like that one is very rare.
Yeah, there's only like 2 or 3 maps that have that one, and I actually
Yeah.
personally I think that's my favorite. But that's just me.
Yeah, I think so too, just because you don't have to worry about the payload stuff. Like I like the payload game type, but it kind of I don't know. It makes for some weird like your team doesn't really understand what's going on sometimes in payload for whatever reason. Like people don't get the concept of it. And I feel like it's easier for people to get the concept of like, hey, we're both competing over this point, and so it makes it
Yeah.
easier for everybody to get involved. That makes it more fun.
Yeah, so that's why I like the points one. Uh yeah, and then the mixture of the two, the captured point to unlock the payload, like there's like Hollywood and then there's another one, I can't remember which one it is. Those are pretty fun because it's very dynamic. So you might start off as like we'll say Lucio to heal whenever you're just trying to capture the point and defend the point. But once you have the payload, is that really the best character to use? It's like maybe not. Maybe now I need, instead of like playing a Bastion for defense on the point, maybe I need to play a Widowmaker to actually get more range and snipe people on the payload.
Yep.
I mean, that's just one thing. I mean, those aren't great examples. I don't have those thought out in my head, but
yeah. But I mean, it makes sense. Like there's a difference between assaulting a single point versus trying to secure this payload.
Yeah.
Like Torbjorn, for instance, the guy who builds turrets, like not really effective.
You see the game.
Not really effective doing assaulting a point, but if you build turrets on top of the payload, it can be really, really annoying for the other team.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing could happen there.
Torbjorn, whenever he gets to play of the game, all you see is a guy sitting in a corner just hammering the turret. I hate it so much.
Yeah, it's I actually had one where the guy was shooting people.
What?
He actually got like 3 kills shooting people.
That's crazy.
Granted, he was like super overpowered, or not overpowered, but he was using his
ultimate. Yeah.
So he was like the overcharged version of himself.
Yeah.
So it was like one hit was like doing half damage on somebody. I also saw a diva play of the game where she did not use her ultimate. She got like a triple or a quad without using her ultimate.
Did she knock people off the edge or something? Maybe that'd be cool.
Nope, not even.
Yeah,
it was literally like shooting people. It was surprising.
But yeah, for the game modes, I like the both teams fighting over 1 point, and I actually really, really like the overtime. I love it and I hate it, I guess, because it's always like that time where like your team. This has happened more than once in the beta and live, where I have like 95 score, and then somehow the other team takes the point, and then they get 99, and then we push them into overtime, then we all ult and we kill their whole team, then we get the point and we win. Like, and it's also happened the other way where we have like a 99 and then they all ult, get us off the point. Now once you have the point, that's kind of where my concerns kind of come in. Like maybe if say I have the point and you're assaulting me, maybe do something like whenever you're standing on the point, it just stops the timer. Instead of like
you mean where
if
it's being contested or
yeah,
what?
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah, and I really like the overtime too, because it really encourages you to just kind of go all out and try and get to the point because the way overtime works is like if somebody is contesting the objective, whether they're at the point or they're at your payload, it won't end the game until like the team that's winning is like the only one doing it. Is the only one like on the objective. So it encourages you to just like go all out to try and get to the point, and it can kind of make for some crazy moments. But then you also have your teammates who are like, oh, I'm just gonna stay back because I don't want to die, even though your kill death doesn't matter at all. There's no way to find that kind of stuff like on a screen that the entire team can see. You can only see your score.
And I think that they did that for a reason. Because
for sure.
This game is not a TDM game. This is not fucking Call of Duty. This is a objective-based game 99% of the time. So.
Yeah,
but
it's great.
But yeah, so I definitely like the attacking the same point. There's a couple of fine-tuning things, but the game's only been out for a week, so I'm not going to complain too much. What about you? What's been your favorite game mode, Tom?
I don't know, because they all kind of run together for me.
They do.
There really aren't that many. And especially the fact that the two distinct ones run together in certain maps, like you do.
You'll attack
one
the
and then
payload,
the other.
And
it's
then you'll
like
defend the payload.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. I really don't even think about what the game type is. It's literally just like, okay, I'm gonna go for the objective, like whatever. And I think that's kind of disappointing in that you can't choose like what game type you want. And that there's only 3 or technically 4 distinct modes. So I think that's kind of a bummer. I hope they add new objective types in future updates, because I think that's really the only thing the game is lacking. But otherwise, I mean, I'm just having so much fun with all the characters and the different combos that you can do with the different characters and all that I don't really mind that there really aren't that many game modes.
So speaking of characters, let's jump into the different characters you can play. So here's where I guess the biggest problems for me come in. Like, this isn't, once again, I'm saying bad stuff, but that does not mean I dislike this game whatsoever. I feel like there are a couple of characters that are so low risk, high reward. Does that make sense? So it's not hard to use the character, but there's like not a high skill level, but you can be really good by being really bad. So I'm going to use the cop-out answer of Reinhardt. The dude has a shield that has... Let's talk about health. So Tracer, 150 health. Makes sense. She's really fragile, really weak, can zoom in behind lines and do crazy stuff. Then you got characters like Soldier 76. He has like 250 health. He can't zoom around a lot, but he can also drop healing, so that's cool. But then Reinhardt, who is a tank, has like 500 health with his shield, plus a 2,000 point shield that can protect other people. Then he can also charge people, and if he charges you, he pins you and kills you almost immediately unless you're like another tank. So like if you're Lucio or even like a Bastion, chances are you're going to die as soon as he charges you. If he hits you, of course, but he might not hit you, but most of the time if it's a decent player, they're going to get you. I don't feel like there's very many high-risk, high-reward characters, and if they are, they're very fragile, but I don't feel myself compelled to play a high-risk, high-reward character when I can play a Bastion who's more of like a low-risk, high-reward character.
Yeah, there's... I feel like the characters, for the most part, are very balanced, except for Reinhardt, just for the fact that his shield is so...
Now, if his shield was like 1,000,
has so much health.
Like if it was like 1,000, it would be perfect. I think like 1,500, but you can also flank. I'm like, oh, you just got to flank him. I'm like, yeah, but it's really hard if you're like at a choke point. You can't really flank him. Like I love running in as Lucio with a speed boost and just like knocking him back, because then I'm just like that opens up for us to attack his teammates or to do other things and make different pushes, get him out of the choke point at that point.
And also, if you go up and do that by yourself, you are going to die because the entire other team is just sitting behind his shield.
Well, I don't do that unless I see that there's almost like only like one other person back there.
Yeah,
which
no,
is
I'm not saying
usually a mercy.
I'm just saying like that's the only way to like get behind his shield, unless they're an idiot. Which I had a Reinhardt on my team earlier this morning, where it was literally like, why are you pushing by yourself and going away from the healer?
Yeah.
And just being an idiot. So, yeah, I feel like that's really the only thing. Like, Bastion is annoying, how much damage he can do in his turret mode, but he also can't move, and if you have a quick character or, somebody that can flank him, or like Pharah, who can shoot a rocket from a long distance, or somebody that can snipe him, it's easy to kill him. So, really, it's just that Reinhardt thing that I really see right now, because all the other characters are very distinct, and they all have their own feel and play styles, and I love the fact that they all have different personalities. Even the most generic Soldier 76 has a personality to him, which is fun because he's just, I have a rifle and a shieldy thing.
I have auto aim every 5 minutes.
So I love that all the characters are distinct, and I have had a fun time playing as just about everybody.
Yeah, and I know a big thing for me, like not a shock, but just something I'm trying to get used to, and like I complain sometimes when I'm playing, but I have to remember that I'm not playing this on Xbox. I am playing this on PC, and the skill cap on PC is much like a very steep curve compared to Xbox.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
It's easy to pick up a controller that has like aim assist in about every game you play. Then you pick up a PC keyboard and mouse, and it doesn't have aim assist. So I can cope, but I'm just not the best player, and I know that. So like that's why I play characters like Lucio, because I can help my team a lot playing Lucio. I can keep them alive. I can give them speed boosts. I can shield them. I can knock teammates back, but I'm not so dependent like Widowmaker, where I have to be like pinpoint accuracy. So I play to my strengths, but I also want to help my team, which is something I feel a lot of people don't do. So in the beta, I excused this a lot, was people wanting to play certain characters, because I get it. Like, I get that you watch people play. Like, I watched Tom play, and Tom was playing Tracer. Tracer looked cool as hell to play, but I try and play Tracer, and I'm like, I'm trying to get the hang of this, but I realized quick that I can't really play Tracer that well, so I typically don't play Tracer. But I feel like some people just get so set on one character that no matter what's going on, they will keep playing that same character.
Yeah, and people get real stuck in their ways, which I mean, it's a multiplayer game, so obviously the best way is going to be to play it with 5 other friends, or people that you can talk to. But I just love the fact that every character is so unique that it makes you want to try everybody out. Like, I'm not a good sniper, so I'm never really going to use Widowmaker unless our team is being really stubborn and the other team has a Bastion that doesn't like moving or something like that. But even still, like, I've had fun, like, messing around as Widowmaker because, she's got a really cool grappling hook. Yeah. And her gun can be a sniper, or it can be, like, a really weak...
it's no Soldier 76
fully
rifle,
automatic.
But it does damage.
Yeah, and you can kill people with it.
Yeah.
But it's just stuff like that makes it really cool, where it's like, I'm also really bad with Genji, who's the ninja, but he's real fun to play as and, like, slash around and stuff, and you throwing shurikens, which is always cool. So, like, I'm going to try him out and, like, mess around with him. So the characters in this game are just top-notch. As always, Blizzard killed it again. Yeah. So,
because, like, just one example is that I was playing Lucio the other day, and I guess if you would say that if people did have mains in this game, which I don't think they do, Lucio would be like my main, because he's the character I play the most, because he plays to my strengths and I can help my team. But I had a person join and they're like, oh, well, I main Mercy. It doesn't make sense to have 2 healers. I'm like, play somebody else, like, because you joined the game late. Then eventually I got to the point where they just kept playing Mercy. I was like, you're not helping the team whatsoever. So I switched. But it's people just I think that people don't understand that how much fun it is to play like Diva, how much fun it is to play Winston, how much fun it is to play, Bastion, Soldier 76, like all these different characters. Like, I might not be good with McCree, but I played with McCree earlier and I got like a couple of really good kills. But I'm not great with him. He's not my play style, but I'm more of like, I like Lucio because I can skate around, I can do some fun stuff with him. But if it's like, hey, we already have Mercy on our team, or like another person's like, hey, can I heal this game? I'm like, absolutely you can. Let me go play McCree or Soldier 76. Let me play somebody else for a change.
Right. Yep.
But I just feel like some people that have never played a game like this, kind of like a MOBA, understand like how important hero switching is. So, being Lucio, my biggest counter is Winston. And people are starting to realize that because I've been in games with other characters that we're just wrecking them, and they realize, like, oh crap, this healer has been alive this whole game. And then all of a sudden I see 2 Winstons come at me, and I'm just like, oh shit, guys, I'm about to die. Like, save me, whatever you can do. Because he can keep up with the speed of Lucio. So he's like a good counter. Whereas, like, Lucio's like a really good counter for Mercy, Reinhardt, and stuff like that. There's always like those, like, it's like, what is it, rock paper scissors pretty much, which, like, Widowmaker is the rock to Bastion's scissors, but Bastion is the scissors to like McCree's paper. It's stuff like that. It's just really cool, really fun, and I just like the fact that I can play multiple characters in a game and I'm not really penalized. Like in Heroes of the Storm, if I start as Thrall, I'm stuck as Thrall the entire game, even if the other team is like, not saying it's really possible, but like an anti-Thrall build. It's like, I can't do crap this game.
Yeah.
But it also encourages me to get better with a keyboard and mouse and other characters as well, because I can't just sit here and depend on one character for the rest of my life, because I will say I think Lucio's AoE healing is a little bit strong. And I would, if they nerfed it a little bit, I would not be upset. I would be like, that seems fair.
Yeah, the little bit I've played as Lucio, it's definitely been like, where are my teammates that I'm healing? Like, I love that you can see how many you're healing,
exactly,
but it's
like in the center.
That guy is real far away.
Yeah. So if they didn't maybe nerf his like overall healing ability, but if they nerfed it, I think it's like maybe like a 20-yard range. If they lowered it to like a 15-yard range, that's still a significant. That's like 25% of what it was. So
right.
That's, I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of tweaks coming, and some people might get upset. But if you use a lot of the characters, it's not going to really affect you. It might make you not gravitate towards playing Mei because, oh, well, Mei's Ice Block only heals her for 50 health now, not 100 health. And Mei's Snowball thing does 33% less damage and lasts 50% less time. Or, something like that. You might say, oh, well, Mei's not as strong as she was, so I got to play somebody else. But as long as you're well-rounded, it won't really matter that much.
Right. Yep.
But I'm loving the game so far. I've had a lot of fun. I want to keep playing it. I think I'll be playing it for a while. But it's not going to be that game that I play 24/7, like a lot of my friends are doing.
Yeah, the fact that this came out on the same day as Total War Warhammer, and these games came out like 2 weeks after Uncharted 4 and Doom is kind of insane.
Yeah.
Because I finally beat Uncharted 4, and that's my game of the year right now. And Doom, I'm like 3/4 of the way through, and it's like my number 2 game. And like Overwatch would be like my number 3 game of the year right now.
Yeah.
It's just
and
Warhammer is amazing too.
And it's not even June.
Strategy games.
It's not even June yet.
Yeah, just like the quality of these releases was just insane over this.
Yeah, so it makes me excited. Like, you know, I started playing Doom finally. I had time, and I fucking love it. It's been amazing. I've only sunk like an hour and a half, 2 hours into it. It's amazing. Like, I took my Xbox to my mother-in-law's, but I just never hooked it up. Because, I mean, like I said, about a day after I was there, Overwatch came out. So Overwatch and Diablo took most of my attention with World of Warcraft. And, you know, just hang out with the wife and the kids and the puppies. So I was like, I don't really need to play my Xbox. But I was like, I just had that Jones every so often to play Doom. Because, you know, right now, this isn't really something that's huge, but the AVGN2 game came out a month ago, which was a blast to play. I need to play through it again on a harder difficulty. Like you said, Overwatch is fantastic. Doom is fantastic. It's going to be hard to like narrow down what my favorite game of the year is so far. Like, but I feel like Overwatch has the opportunity to have the longevity, whereas Doom and like Uncharted, they have great single players, but once you're finished, you're finished.
Yeah, and granted, like I feel like that's a bigger that's a more important thing.
Yeah.
But like for me, I would take a 2-hour single player game like Journey over some multiplayer game if it's that good, like at any time.
Well, I guess because I've played so many. I guess in my life I've played so many games that are long that I've enjoyed them, but I just feel like I never have the urge to pick them back up. Like, I haven't played Call of Duty in a few weeks, but I would like to play it again at some point. But like, I finished Unravel, and I have no desire to play the game anymore because it's just like a single player campaign.
Right. Yeah. So it's just insane though. And then games coming out later this year, whatever they announce at E3.
Yeah, because we got
coming out
guaranteed right now. Battlefield 1, the Call of Duty with the Call of Duty 4 remaster. You got WoW Legion, Gears 4. There's gonna be a lot more stuff. I'm sure there's gonna be an Assassin's Creed game. They're supposed to be announcing a Resident Evil game.
No, there is not going to be an Assassin's Creed.
Oh, that's right. Wait, don't.
They announced that. Thank God.
Didn't it Syndicate? No, Syndicate came out last year.
It came out last year.
Okay, yeah. So never
mind. They
mind.
announced that, which is good.
I thought Syndicate came out like 18 months ago, not 6 months ago.
Nope.
That was Unity. Unity was 18 months ago. It was terrible.
Unity was real bad.
Yeah. But overall, Overwatch right now, if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say it's like an 8, 8.5 when I play with friends.
I'd say it's a solid 9.
So
I really have no complaints about it, other than I feel like they should add more modes.
Yeah.
But not team deathmatch. I don't want them to add a team deathmatch. I just want them to add different objectives.
So, did you know this? This isn't 100% confirmed. This is something I've realized, is that whenever you play on a team of like 4 or 5 people, it pairs you against other teams of like 4 to 5 people.
I have not noticed, but that would not surprise me.
Yeah, because I noticed like we had like a full team of 6, and the other team that we were playing was playing pretty well, like as if they were communicating. Then the game ended, and all 6 of them just backed out at one time.
There you go.
And I looked online, and there's like people that are talking about it, like, is this confirmed or not? Blizzard hasn't said anything yet, but
I think that's good.
I think that's
there's
great.
Less just like getting destroyed.
So like if it's like
full teams,
if it's like
6 individuals.
Yeah, if it's like 1 or 2 people on a team, that's not a big deal. But if it's like, you know, when you start hitting like that 3 to 4 people, they really should be pairing you against teams of 3 to 4 people.
Right.
Just because, you know, playing as single, this is something I always hated in Call of Duty, is like whenever you get in that lobby against a team of 6 and you're all just, pugs, just single people playing by yourself, and then you just get wrecked, and it's like, this is not fun. But if you're a team of 6 that's talking and coordinating, and it's another team of 6, even though it's just public matches, it's a lot of fun. But I'm excited. Pretty much any heroes or anything else that comes out this year is free, which is great. There's no season pass, no DLC, but I feel like with all the costume stuff and it being Blizzard, I've already given them like $20 for loot boxes just because I love Blizzard. I'm a fanboy. You could say that, I guess. But I feel like a lot of people are going to buy loot boxes, and I bought the $60 Origins edition for the extra skins, and then the other game goodies like Baby Winston for WoW, Mercy Wings for Diablo. What else is there? Heroes of the Storm, you get Tracer. So there's like a lot of stuff for $60. But the only thing I don't like is that on consoles there's only a $60 version, but there's no other goodies you get for other games. But that's part of Battle.net, I guess. That's the glory of Battle.net.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I think the game will do fine on consoles, but this is going to be, I mean, this game is essentially Team Fortress 2, but with more characters.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the same thing where this is going to have a major life on PC and probably is going to die out on consoles
within the next 6 months. With Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty coming out. But
yeah, once those come out, it'll put a nail in the coffin. But it'll live forever, damn near on PC.
Like, even look back in PC, like games from like years and years and years and years ago are still going strong. So, but that's gonna do it for this week, you guys. Episode 55, wrestling and Overwatch, two fantastic things. If you haven't gotten Overwatch yet, I highly suggest picking it up. But
hey, we're going to see a wrestling show on Saturday.
Oh, is it already this week?
It's this week.
Damn.
June is already here.
Dude, Jesus, it is June, isn't it? But
we're gonna be front row for a Ring of Honor house show.
Well, I guess I know what we're talking about next week then.
Yep.
But
because my sister and brother-in-law are going, and I'm so excited.
Tomorrow is.
They've literally never been to a wrestling show, and they're gonna be in the front row.
Tomorrow is Memorial Day, so I know I enjoyed a barbecue today, and Tom did as well. But thank you to all the families, all the people that have given their lives, so that we can sit here and talk about wrestling and video games on the internet. It's because of you guys we get to do this.
And children on the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's gonna do it this week. We will be back next week with Ring of Honor stuff. Go Dalton Castle.
Hell yeah! Fan up! Fan up! Fan up! Fan up! Fan up! Oh.